Coach, in the third quarter, when you called the timeout, lose it by 10, and the team come back with a 15-0 run, which one was the message to your players in that timeout?
Well, I think it was more or less that we just had to keep our mental in a positive place. It's easy to get frustrated. So, just talking about staying positive, staying together, and that we have to do this as a group. It's not just one person who's going to pull us out of this hole. And I thought the group responded in a positive way.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about the hack a Shaq on Lively. He responded really well, I felt like, especially in the last few minutes of the game. Can you just tell me how you thought he responded to all that?
Yeah, I thought he did a great job. I thought Kai did a great job of telling him on the bench, don't run, just take the foul, let's go make the free throws. And that, I think, helped with being comfortable. I think for a young man to be in that situation, it's great. As a rookie, to be able to step up and make the free throws. But I thought was even better if he didn't make it. We were able to, rely on each other on the defensive end to get stops. So I thought, no matter what happened at the free throw line, the guys were in a great place on the defensive end.
This obviously was a brawl of a game. How comfortable are you guys with these physical, with that physical style, and how satisfying is it that you can play that, as opposed to maybe some of the teams that you've had here even earlier this year?
Yeah, I think since March we've enjoyed the physical play, and we're built to be a physical team. If it's going to be called tighter in Game 4, then we have to pivot or just make that adjustment. But I thought the guys absorbed the physical play. Oklahoma City is a really good team, and they were physical. And I thought, again, being able to do the little things to help us win. And if it's going to be physical, we're up for it. As you have mentioned, maybe in the past we weren't. But this is a different team, and this team is built to be physical. And if we have to pivot and be finessed, then we can do that too.
Jason, when it comes to PJ, you've talked about him being graded defensively and has the potential to learn and grow to be the third guy for you offensively. What have you seen from him the last two games offensively that helps your team?
Yeah, I think maybe we should have gone to him a little bit earlier. I think the confidence that we have in PJ on both ends of the floor, not just shooting the three, but being able to play with him in the post, or him, and when PJ being able to run the offense and get us organized. He has a skill set that he can put the ball on the floor and he can find and make the right plays. We trust that he's going to find the open guy if he's not scoring it. But I think he's just comfortable. And you could see that here in the last two games, but you could have, you've been here most of the whole season, so you've seen since March he's comfortable. Being home, being in the playoffs, he's excited, and he's been great on both ends, and we're going to need him to continue to do that and get better on both ends if we want to try to do anything in this series.
Jason, you took Derek out for about a minute and went small with PJ at the 5 for like 50 seconds, took THA back out, put Derek in. Was that because of the hack-a-shack they were doing? And what made you go back so quickly? And where did you have that confidence to put him back in the lineup?
Yeah, I wanted him to catch his breath, but also just to give us a shot. We were getting stops on the defensive end, and so just to make them play defense without fouling, and understanding, that we can do both. We can go small, PJ at the 5. With Maxey out, but being able to get D-Live back in, it's just we have confidence in that young man that he's going to do the right thing. That's just how he's been all season. That's how we've been with him, and not just him, but the whole team, is that there's a big trust factor. And I thought I said it earlier that Kai gave him, some comfort that you don't need to go play tag and run around and play hide and seek. Just take the foul and go up and knock down the free throws.
Coach, over here. It looked like during the game Luka was talking to the refs a lot about the way he was being defended and the way it was being called. Do you think it had any effect, at any point? Like, did he have a point?
No, Luka's being Luka. He's consistent. He's always going to have a conversation with the officials, so that's nothing new.
Jason, after the Game 2 win in Oklahoma, both Derek Lively and Derek Jones came off the court, I'll keep it PC, saying, "I'll die for this ish." As a coach, how do you can't teach passion, but how do you help them guide that passion and continue to improve for success?
Yeah, I think when you talk about those two, I mean, since I talked to D. Jones, all he wants to do is win. And that's just, in today's game or in life, that when you're around positive people like that, good things will happen. And so you can see that with him on the floor, with him off the floor, him starting, him coming off the bench. He's just about the team. And so he's been a big part of our culture change and also about just the trust. When he's out on the floor, they trust him. They trust him with the shot. They trust him with the defensive assignments, and so it's kind of cool to see someone that was last to be signed to the team has that that kind of impact.
Jason, you guys have talked about Derek Lively and how impressive he's been defensively, impressive just in general all season. One thing he hasn't done a lot defensively is switch, and you guys have him out there, a dozen times a game. Going on Touche and going on to some of the Thunder's best players. Is that just another example of a way that he is impressed even beyond expectations?
Yeah, it's not easy to read onto an MVP candidate. R. Williams, normally in this league when you're 7 feet and you have someone like Shea, they have the advantage, but he's done a pretty good job of trying to keep him in front. Shay's going to get to where he wants to go. You just got to, make it as hard as possible and contest. And so I think you see D-Live's ability to pick things up quickly, being able to read the pick and roll or have him in coverage, being able to change pitches, just his basketball IQ. You can see that is displayed in this series and in the series before.
Jason, Luka was battling through it all throughout this game. Didn't seem to be quite able to go to that takeover mode that he's obviously got in his bag. What does it say about this team that you're able to win a game where he isn't at that optimum level, and how does that maybe build confidence for you and for this team?
Yeah, well, we've been here, before, so we're not built on one guy. We're built on the team. And so if Luka is hurting, the next man up, and someone's got to pick him up. And it's not just Kai. It's the other guys. Timmy has been great for us. Josh was big for us off the bench. And so that's what makes the beauty of sport, that it's a team. It's not golf, where we just have a player and a caddy. This is a group that believes that if someone is hurting, they're going to pick them up. And again, Luka hurting, he's doing everything to put the team in a position to win. And so that's what a leader does. But this is a special group, and they believe in helping one another, and you can see that.
Coach Kidd, when you're playing against a team like the Thunder in the postseason, you're up 2-1 and home court is back in your favor. How do you go about that when you're going against a younger team like the Thunder in the postseason? Yeah,
we haven't done nothing. We haven't achieved anything. We got to stay hungry. We're in the same seat in Oklahoma City. We got the split. We did what we had to do. And so we understand that. We got to protect home. So right now we've won Game 3, but that game's over. We're all focused on Game 4 and trying to put our best foot forward to win. Thanks.